What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I'm going to share with you my $10,000 shirt so far that has pretty much done this consistently year after year after year with very little work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go in there and strategize as to what I could potentially do in order to make those sales grow even more and more. Now, I will say this much about this shirt. It is a seasonal shirt, so the strategies that I describe in this particular video aren't going to pertain to doing anything until next year because of the fact that we're almost at the end of the season for the shirt. As you might have guessed it, this shirt has to do completely with the holidays and all about Q4, and I'll show you that design and a heck of a lot more in this video. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so I'm here inside of Amazon, and this is the shirt that I'm going to share with you guys. And many of you who've been longtime actual viewers of my channel will very much recognize this shirt, as I've documented it pretty regularly on this channel. And the last time that I documented was almost a year ago. So I've been doing videos consistently for over a year. And one of the very first ones was about this actual shirt. And this shirt has a very interesting keyword. I don't even really know what kind of volume the keyword actually gets, but we will have a peek at this actual keyword here in a second, and we'll talk about some of the strategies that we're going to use to expand this shirt. But first things first, let's see how much in general this shirt has made thus far. Now, keep in mind, we have about a week and a half until Thanksgiving, so I do imagine that it's going to pretty much shoot up a heck of a lot more. And year after year, these sales have increased, so which is fantastic considering I have done absolutely nothing other than just put this shirt up on Amazon. I haven't run any ads to it. I haven't done any giveaways. I've done pretty much nothing since its inception. So next year, I imagine that I can double or triple those sales just by using a bunch of the tactics that I'm about to detail to you here in this video. Okay, so here we have the total overall sales thus far. And like I said, we still have about a week and a half, but so far it's done over $10,657.89 in revenue, and it sold over 726 shirts. Last year it did very similar. It sold about 800 shirts. So I imagine that this year it does have the potential to sell over 1,000 shirts. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the t-shirt and why I think it actually took off. And let's also look at the actual entire landscape and see what the competition is actually doing and potentially how they're reacting to the actual sales of this t-shirt. So I'm gonna head on over to Amazon, and I'm gonna basically Google the word that I think, or the keyword that is keeping it at the top. So that's turkey face girl is what my actual thought is. And as you saw there was an actual more words that the algorithm recommended other than just turkey face girl. It actually recommends turkey face girl pink bow t-shirt, which again, I feel like for the most part, I was one of the very first people that actually got this started, and as a result, it's taken off. And already I see one of the potential ideas that I want to talk about here in a little later, but I'm going to go ahead and screenshot it for purposes of my own. And let's take a peek here. So right here, you can see that this one right here is my shirt here, and this one right here is also it looks like it's my shirt, and it could potentially be that somebody is actually trying to duplicate this shirt. So I could very well probably file some kind of design infringement thing, and I'll probably do that when this video is said and done. But this is the one that I'm talking about right here. It's 21,000 in clothing and shoes and jewelry, and has over 27 reviews. And we can see that pretty much a lot of people have tried to duplicate the actual design and do a similar design. And other than that second place one, who is clearly infringing upon my original design, nobody else really has the exact design, but a lot of people are doing pretty decent with it. At least the early adopters to the actual design have like 100,000 in rank on this one. This particular 131,000 in rank. And then some of these others like 400,000 in rank. This second design has a 593,000, so not even doing nearly as good. And they even actually duplicated my exact title. So obviously we definitely want to do something to remove this actual listing. Even though it's 593,000 in clothing, it's not doing as well. So in general, even if we actually look at turkey face, let's see turkey face, what pops up, we're still number 3 overall. Other than this shirt right here, which is not even selling as well as ours. And I think it's just because this design is very attractive for little girls or young girls, and it's cute. Like this one looks like a googly-eyed damn turkey, and God knows what the hell this turkey ate before we eat him. I would definitely not want to touch him. So I think that's one of the large reasons why this is just a cute design overall for girls. So now let's talk about what we saw in the landscape. Obviously who we want to remove in the competition because of the fact that they're infringing on our design. But let's talk about what we can do next year in order to expand and make more money upon this. And again, the strategies that I'm talking about aren't going to take a heck of a lot of work. They're just going to take a little bit of work, maybe an hour or two, but the sales are going to 3x. Now, I will say this much. I did try and actually implement one of them, but one of my ads accounts got removed for not using it for a long period of time. And as a result, I don't have it right now. So number one would obviously be to get that ads account back so that we can actually run ads towards this and also run two types of ads. I do have the ability to run the ads that you see up here, which are sponsored brand ads. So I will do that similarly to the actual screenshot that I took earlier and actually focus and show off my many actual turkey t-shirt designs. So if we take a look here and we click on the brand name, you'll notice that I actually have 6 or so designs, and while not all of them are selling, some of them have sold. So it's important to note that I can focus and put 3 different designs that I have on the actual sponsored brand ads, just like these guys had earlier here, and I can focus on selling more of this main t-shirt. So this is the type of ad that I'm talking about. Instead of having 3 actual supplements, it will have 3 different t-shirts. So very similarly to this actual screenshot right here and focusing on their 3 t-shirts. So I could put any 3 of my designs, and more than likely, which brings me to number 2 thing that I would do is, in addition to running the sponsored brand ads, that I'm obviously going to say this much, I will also run sponsored products as soon as I get that ability back, which I don't currently have. I will get that back, and that will allow me to run ads like this actual gobble, gobble, gobble sweater, but for my actual t-shirt. And that brings me to strategy number 2, which is expanding upon this actual design. So what I would actually do, since I see that there's a bunch of other turkey designs and they're not doing too well, I would actually want to expand out and take a look at all the other winning Thanksgiving designs and then put my own spin on those actual designs and pretty much launch a bunch more Thanksgiving t-shirts. And in addition to that, I would also launch a bunch more Christmas designs so that I'd have a huge brand under Laughing Turkey focusing on Thanksgiving and Christmas shirts and take advantage of the actual traffic being filtered in through this pink bow t-shirt and allow that traffic to help me sell other t-shirts completely unrelated but related in the sense that they are all related to the actual holidays. So hopefully that made sense. So those right there are the top 2 strategies that I would implement moving forward. But let's talk about a couple other actual strategies that I can use too. All right, so another strategy that I can use is furthermore move into other types of products that are available through merch. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here, I actually looked up the turkey face girl and I put phone case, and I came across all these actual phone cases, which in general, for the most part, they aren't selling too well. I mean, this one's sold a couple, so I could potentially put one with my turkey face girl and see how that actually works. Because as I said before, I don't find any of these really that adorable. And I feel that this is a lot for like a little girl. And none of these actual designs stand out for a little girl. This one is interesting and cute, but it doesn't stand out. But I did notice that some of these pop sockets are actually making sales. So that's a second thing that I could actually do, is expand into the pop sockets and see if there's anything else that I can actually expand into. So that would be the 3rd actual strategy. The 4th actual strategy would be to further investigate on what keywords I actually used already and see if I can expand and use more keywords. And in order to do that, what I would actually do is go into an area of Amazon that very few merch sellers have access to because of the fact that a lot of them do not have FBA businesses with trademarks. And that access would be brand analytics. So what I would actually do is go into the Thanksgiving niche and see what I can find that is actually popular among the keyword Thanksgiving, and then see if I can further actually niche that down and find more keywords. So here we have Thanksgiving shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and put Thanksgiving shirt, but I would actually take the time to look at each and every one of these actual shirts and see what I'm actually missing out on. So I'm going to put Thanksgiving shirt, and we're going to notice that there's 50 actual rows of 50 terms. So I would go through every single one of these, see which ones applied, and then make sure that they're either A, on my back end, or number 2, begin an actual PPC campaign using these keywords, as well as using these actual keywords for something like a sponsored brands product ad. So a couple different strategies that I would use there, but I would spend about 30 minutes to an hour inside brand analytics, just pretty much cherry picking other keywords and focusing on the keywords that get the most amount of traffic. And remember, the most amount of traffic is denoted by the search frequency rank, which on a scale from 1 being the highest ranked keyword on all of Amazon, all the way on up to 1.5 million, which means it still does pretty well, but you're looking for the keywords that have the lowest actual search frequency rank. I would focus and grab all those keywords and toss them into the campaign and the back end, and that would potentially help me get a lot better rankings because of the simple fact that my shirt has already shown Amazon that it's a contender, so Amazon will more than likely place it very high in the algorithm for these actual keywords. Okay, and the final strategy that I would use in the coming year is I would raise the actual price. And the reason for that is I've been stuck at this price for quite some time and it's done extremely well, selling thousands and thousands of t-shirts, and now I feel that it's a time for a price increase. By increasing the price, I still think it will retain the actual velocity of sales that it currently gets, and that's for the simple fact that, again, it's been proven for years and years to sell very easily at that price point, and I do see that a lot of the competition is actually selling for slightly more and still selling quite a few t-shirts. I mean, take a look at this one, 20,000 in clothing, $18.95 and 28 overall reviews. So I feel that my price at $15.99 at right now is a little too low, and so in the future I am looking to raise that price for the season coming up. And again, as it gets nearer and nearer to Thanksgiving, I could raise that price up more and squeeze a couple more dollars out of it, which I might actually do. I'll run $15.99 for the next couple days, and then I'll go ahead and jack it up to $16.99, and we'll see how it actually reacts. But other than that, as you can see, this is just a lucky break from one t-shirt of thousands and thousands that I've actually created, and it happens all the time. The harder you work, the luckier you get, and if you're out there hustling to put all your brand new designs on Amazon, you too can achieve sales like this just by sometimes having a little bit of luck. And then on top of that, we can throw in some strategy and make those sales go through the roof. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments and put your questions below. I always personally answer them. In the coming video, I'll go ahead and show you the process that I went through in order to remove the person who is at rank number 2. That way they can stop taking away some of my sales. It's clearly design infringement, and I'll show you how you too can do that for your design. So I'll see you then.